Mpumalanga now, where union members have gathered at the government complex in Mbombela to hand over a memorandum. Workers are demanding more job opportunities. Our reporter Siphephile Kunene is in Mbombela for us. Siphephile, thank you very much for joining us. Tell us what's happening where you are.
We are here in Mbombela at the government complex where workers are delivering their memorandum of grievances, among which they want more employment opportunities for people around the province. They also want those employers that decided to claim for their employees and never got the money to the employees to be taken to task and to be brought to book. They also are calling for the health workers, meaning nurses and doctors in the government sector, that haven't been paid their risk allowance as they were frontline workers during the COVID-19. But with me here is a COSATU representative who will tell us exactly what are they looking for. So what brings you here?
We bring here because we are in a national strike as COSATU today and the other federations across the countries. We are handing memorandums to various stakeholders. In this province, in Mbombela, we're handing a memorandum to SALGA, which is an institution that was also guilty of violating or attacking the collective bargaining. We also handing a memorandum to Transnet, which is an institution that we are demanding a public transport that is affordable, that is safe, and that is reliable. But also we're coming here to hand a memorandum to the government representative in as far as the collective bargaining in the public service is concerned, but also we are striking against the gender-based violence and the femicide. We are saying to the law enforcement agencies must play their role. They must make sure that those people who are perpetrating the killing of the vulnerable members of our society must be taken to task. We are also here to say the economy is bleeding jobs here. We are demanding a moratorium on the job losses and the retrenchment meted out by both public and private, including the parastatal. So that's in a nutshell why we are here.
So you being here, it means work is not being done elsewhere. Which sectors have been affected?
Every sector of the economy. As I'm saying, we are here with the mining sector, we're having a retail sector, we're having the municipal sphere of government, we're having the public service, we're having the security cluster. Everybody is here because the issue of the attack on the collective bargaining affects everybody else. Unfortunately, in this case, it's also led at the front by our own government that brought about this very progressive legislation. But also the issue of the job shedding, since particularly the COVID-19, a lot of workers in the retail sector, in the manufacturing industry, and in the mining have since lost their jobs. So it's every sector that have stopped. The economy today, particularly in this province and everywhere else in the country, has come to a standstill.
What if you are not given your demands? What if the government and the companies that you are mentioning do not give in to your demands? What will happen then?
Well, we can only warn them that they dare not ignore workers. The workers and the people of this country fought very much that when they have exercised their right to protest, they must be listened to. We are saying this is a beginning. It's unprecedented that all four federations in this country will come together and say enough is enough. So this is a beginning of a rolling massive action that they will never end for as long as the decision makers and the policy makers listen to workers. So we can only hope that they are not going to sit on their laurels and ignore workers. We think that they are going to listen. We have a history of being listened to. Once workers take this step, which is the last step of withdrawing their labor and showing their frustration and anger on the street. But if they dare not listen, then bigger things are coming their way.
How much time are you giving them to take action?
We are giving them standard 7 days. Every memorandum that we deliver, we're giving government or whoever is responsible to take 7 days to look into it, respond to it, or call a meeting, or at least to implement. For instance, we don't want any meeting between ourselves and government, but for them to implement the collective resolution that we have signed in 2018.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. That was a COSATU representative telling us what exactly are they bringing to the government and to the other companies, including Transnet, as well as SALGA, to just make sure that those that are owed by everyone should be paid, meaning government and other government parastatals, NOMPU.
Thanks very much, Siphephile Kunene, for that report. Let's cross